I'm trying to look at the chat. I'm trying to look at the chat, and I'm also trying to make sure that I am connecting with you guys. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Mika, for making this possible. As she spoke, I am a wardrobe stylist. Specifically, I coined myself as the personal brand stylist. So I work with people who are building personal brands and developing a style. Now, I have a presentation for you guys, so we're going to go along with that, but I'm probably going to go off of it, honestly, just because I'm so used to like feeding off of energy. So please do not hold your questions. Do not hold, if you need to unmute, if you need to do anything, do not feel like you cannot, it will not be rude. I like to engage with who I'm with. I also have my assistant here, Ivy. She will be in the chat if you have any questions that you don't feel like coming off mute for, but want to drop it in there, and then we'll try to make sure we get those questions answered. Are y'all excited? I need y'all to unmute and at least tell me y'all excited about tonight.
I'm excited.
Okay. Listen, I see some familiar names. Adrian, hey girl. So I'm so excited to be here with y'all tonight, and I will go ahead and share my screen. Mika, can you give me
It's the little caret next to the share button. It should allow you to, a little caret next to your share button. And if you click on that, it'll give you permission to have multiple shares.
Are we good? I think I did it.
I think you did it. Okay. We're gonna try to make this work, guys. Hopefully everything on my end works too, and if not, we're gonna just wing it. Okay. Here we go. All right. Everybody can see me and they can see the slide, correct? Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. We're gonna move on. So who am I, right? First and foremost, I'm a daughter of Jesus Christ. I am nothing without him, and this is why I am where I am today, because of his goodness and because of his grace. I am a faith builder. I am somebody who will encourage you and push you to be all that you've been created to be, because I understand that we were created with a purpose, and it's not just one purpose, right? It's many other reasons why we're here. But as I mentioned, I'm a personal brand stylist. I work with women to help them maintain or develop an image that is consistent with their life goals and purpose. Today, we got a few objectives, right? I want to build your confidence around your body. I want to give you some practical ideas to begin dressing better, and then provide a few tips just on you discovering who you are, where you are. A lot of times we know who we were, and we don't know how to kind of foresee where we're going, or we never really discovered who we were. And so now we're at another level of life, and we want to become something new, but we don't know the steps to do that. And so I'm excited because today we're going to at least begin the steps. I don't have that much time with you guys, but the time that we do have, I hope that we can maximize it, okay?
And take your time, sis.
So first thing that I want us all to do, because this is an intimate setting, I know that we can all, kind of share if you have ever explored your body shape. Now, I don't share these just because I believe that solely we should focus on our body shape, but I believe that if we're aware of what our body shapes are, then we can move in an area where we're able to figure out how to dress it better. So one thing that I've learned about style more than anything is that it has the ability to open doors for you or close them. And I'm not speaking in terms of a spiritual aspect, because obviously whatever is for you is for you. But what I do understand is that there are certain things that we need in order to progress in life, even when that comes to career or business. Certain ways that we show up about ourselves will change the way that our business can go or our career can go. Now, I know this little fact that it takes 7 seconds for somebody to decide whether or not they want to work with you. It takes 7 seconds for them to realize if they can trust you. And in 7 seconds, you haven't even given them a elevator pitch. So you can only imagine that they've only done that based off of the way that we present ourselves. And so sometimes, even as a mom, right, we're showing up to work and we're like, man, I had this going on, I had this going on. And so you forget about yourself. You're packing up, getting the kids together, you throwing them in the car, but you throwing yourself in the car too. You haven't taken any time to make sure that you're presenting to the world what you want them to see in you. A lot of times we even get lost in the fact that we are a mom. It becomes a staple, an excuse for why we don't show up for ourselves. But one thing that we're not going to do after this day is not show up for ourselves. So what I want us to do is just kind of go through, and I'm not going to read everything, but I want you to kind of go through and try to identify what body shape best identifies you. And if you already know what your body shape is, drop it in the chat. If you have had any issues surrounding body shape, drop it in the chat. I want us to engage in this space. Do you solely base things off of what you buy based off of your body type or based off of what you've seen other people wear? Is this an issue for you? And I don't know if I can see the chat at the same time as
You want us to
presenting.
come off mute?
Yeah, that might be better, actually.
Okay, I'll kick it off because I know that, identifying your shape is really, I feel, can be challenging. And then once you identify your shape, it's okay, so what do I put on this shape? And how do I make sure that, you know, because there may be trending things that are happening in the stores that don't work well for this shape, but it seems like it's all that's readily available. So how do you navigate that? So for instance, I'm rectangle, which I despise because who wants to say that they're claim or any of these, honestly, besides hourglass. And but because I'm rectangle, what does that mean for me in terms of what I will wear?
So what's interesting is that most people in our culture will say everybody wants to be an hourglass. But the funny part about rectangle or the athletic build is that most designers base their clothing off of the rectangular shape. So you would be more surprised that as it relates to a fit model, you would be more it would be easier for you to find pieces that will fit you better than a person with an hourglass shape. But
Okay.
me and you gonna go more in depth about what that looks like. But it is sometimes very discouraging. And I tell people this about the body shapes because I'm not a person who solely because there's nobody is all of one thing. And because of that, sometimes you may have broader shoulders and you may relate more to an apple, but you're not fully an apple. So sometimes the different classifications don't necessarily fit you. And that's why I think that it's most important that we explore ourselves, but we'll get a little bit deeper into that. I think somebody else came off mute and wanted to talk about body shape. Was it one more person? Okay.
Me.
If
I would
not,
say me. Miku.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Mika.
I don't know. I don't even know if I can say, I guess I am rectangle, but I feel like more of my front end sticks out more than my back end. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what clothes would accentuate and look good. I feel like I'm still uncomfortable in the clothes that I choose because I feel like I need to suck it in, or you know what I mean? I don't even know if that's
Mhm.
considered a rectangle.
Yeah. And so what's interesting, and this is why there's really something wrong with the classifications in general, because for the most part, nobody is fully athletic. Nobody is fully any of those. And so it's really identifying what works for your body. You can use this as a guideline to say, okay, this is where I think I fit, but I don't think that it's the tool for you to be successful fully in a great wardrobe. So I put this here because I know that a lot of people want to identify their body and they want to identify their shape. That's what we do as people, is we want to sit in a certain belong in a certain space, right? So we're always seeking to find where do we belong? What fits me best, right? The beauty in our own bodies and recognizing our own bodies is that they're all going to be different, and it's never going to be cookie cutter, right? As I mentioned, a lot of times designers are basing their looks off of models who have unrealistic body goals, right? And because of that, it is very difficult for most people to actually even buy clothing in the store without having to do some type of alterations. So I encourage moms, I encourage people who are extremely busy to not focus just solely on what the body shapes or what is out here by the media, but really to focus on your own inner self. So we'll move on from that if nobody else
You do
feels
have
like,
some posts in the chat, as far as some are saying
oh,
that once they started off with one size, and then as they've gained weight, they transition to something else, and they're changing their clothes to be more flowy, so that they're hiding the weight. But and then there's another friend that says she has an hourglass shape, and it changes to triangle when she gains weight. So everyone is saying that it kind of fluctuates as well. It's not
yeah.
one
And it
style.
depending on the space that we are in our life, it will. I mean, it depending on if you gain weight, your boobs can get bigger, your shoulders can get broad. All of these things can change. And now I've become something new. That's why it's most important for you to just identify what works best for you. And that's why I put here, now don't let that stop you, because a lot of people are going on social media and they're watching these trends and they're watching these influencers and they're watching, but they're not identifying the fact that I am different. My body, my weight sits more in my belly. My weight sits more in my chest. Or when I gain weight, it gets to my thighs, and now I can't fit the same jeans that I had before. So this is why it's most important to pay attention to where your weight distributes on your body and how that affects the clothing that you wear. So moving on. These are my key factors of just building great style in general. And the first one is self-reflection. And what do I mean by that? How do you feel? What do you want to feel? And how does your clothes make you feel? Sometimes we're exploring our closet, and in that moment we're thinking, oh my God, I don't have anything to wear. And most of the time we have a lot of clothes, right? We got a lot of stuff in there, but it don't feel like, it's not making us feel like what we want to feel like. Maybe we went through this big transition of becoming a mother, and so now our body sits different, so the clothes fit different. But when you are trying to build a new style, whether this is 5 years later after a baby, 5 months later, or it's 5 days later, you still want to identify how you feel. Most of the time when people are building their wardrobe, they're not thinking about themselves. And that's why it's number one for me, because as a mother, most of the time you're not thinking about yourself. And now this ain't even a hypothetical question. I want to know, how often do you find yourself really reflecting on what you feel or what you like or what you think of yourself? And I'm not talking about a negative way. I'm talking about the good things. How often do you find yourself sitting and really thinking about you? And I can't read the chat, so if somebody can let me know what they're saying.
Yeah, Regina says almost never. Destiny says every day. That has taken me years to get to.
So Destiny thinks about herself every day.
Yeah.
But again, that's because I put in the work though. So like everything you're saying now, I'm just like, yes, like so good. Yeah. But it's taken me years to get to this point.
Amen. Amen. And who was it that said that almost never?
Regina.
Regina, how old are your children?
My son is 15, and then my daughter is 4.
Amazing, right? So you said you almost never think about yourself or how you feel, because you're always putting them first, or thinking about what other people might feel about what you have on, or how you're presenting yourself.
Mainly because I'm always on the move, and I don't have time to stop and be like, okay, like if I'm going out or something like that. Lately I've been using like a lot of influencers on TikTok and Instagram to try to build my outfits and see like, okay, do I have this outfit? Could I piece this outfit together in my closet real quick or whatever, to try to get ideas of, what I want to wear and what would I think would make me feel good to wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good space to be in when you're actually utilizing influencers for inspiration, right? I don't tell people to shy away from that. The only time that I do is when you're in your space, right? When you don't even think about yourself. When you have allowed other people to determine what you like, a lot of times it's very difficult for you to actually find what you like. So I would say when you allow yourself more time, right? Allow yourself more time. And even if that means that you're starting at 5 minutes a day and you just decide, you know what, today I am going to think about how I feel in this shirt that I have on. I'm going to think about how these pants make me feel. I'm going to think about what it looks like to be me in 5 years. So we're going to do an exercise that I do with a lot of my clients. So what I'm going to have you do is close your eyes right now. If you can't come off of turn your camera on, that would be great. This exercise is like amazing. But if you cannot, please just close your eyes. And I want you to imagine you as yourself right now, meeting who you're going to be in 5 years. Now, as you imagine this person, I want you to go from head to toe. What does she look like? What clothes is she wearing? What hairstyle does she have? What shoes does she have on? And what is she doing? What is her aura? And now I want you to imagine yourself right now meeting her. Now, what does she say to you?
Well, I couldn't close my eyes because I'm driving.
Oh, yes, please don't. Uh-oh.
Hey, girl. Oh,
I couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. She's real comfortable in who she is.
Mm.
She's kind of very inviting to me. And she's just kind of like, hey, girl.
And what's she wearing?
Oh, for some reason I put her in a professional setting.
Mm-hmm.
Very business casual, but at the same time, because my love for sneakers has grown because I'm always on the move. She's dressed like really business casual, but got on some Jordan retros at the same time. Um, yeah, she has on black and white because that's like my favorite colors to be dressed in. Her hair is natural, and there's a lot of it. Yeah, that's the setting.
So now that you have like already envisioned what you look like in 5 years, how different is she from you right now?
She's put together,
Mm.
like thought into her own thought into her outfit. Whereas me right now, if I can do some biking shorts and a t-shirt and a baseball cap, I'm out to do them.
What is stopping you from being her right now?
Time.
Is it just time?
Mainly, yeah, time. And actually taking that time to put thought into an outfit of what I'm going to put on versus being able to throw something on that's easy. Wondering, because the time in which it would take in the midst of that time is me wondering how I'm going to look in that certain outfit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because so I think a lot of y'all probably can agree with Regina that most of the time it's time that we feel like we don't have. But how many of us know that we got at least 30 minutes? We got at least 30 minutes that we can take and say, you know what, I'm going to give this to myself. I owe myself at least 30 minutes to put my time into the way that I show up. Because now we did our self-reflection. And if anybody else wanted to share the person that they met, you can, feel free. But ultimately, what I want you to know is that you have the ability to be who you just met. There is nothing stopping you, not time. None of it is stopping you from being who you just met, because the same amount of time that it took you to think about the biker shorts and the t-shirt is the same amount of it. You might even save a little bit more time just putting on a dress. You get what I'm saying? But it's the choices that we're making, because in our head, we have told ourselves that we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time because we got to run around and do this, this, and this. And the minute that you confess out of your mouth that you don't have enough time, I tell you, time will slip away. But it's not because you don't have it. It's because you have not given yourself the time. You have not put yourself as a priority. And that's why that's number one to building your style. You cannot not reflect on how you feel and how you want to show up before you do all of this buying. A lot of times we waste a lot of money because we're buying things that other people look good in. But we ain't thought about, oh, does this work for me?
Stop talking about us now. Stop talking about me now.
I am. It's personal. Take it personal, guys, because this is personal. When I say this is about you, and I'm not talking about just, I was reading the word, okay, y'all? So I don't know everybody believers in here, but I was reading the word and I was reading Ecclesiastes. And one thing that he said was vanity. But what is vanity? It was things that were outside of God, right? And in my mind, I'm like, we could think about clothing being vanity. We could think about, but the way that you feel when you put on something that just hit every area, and make you feel your whole mood change. So that is not vanity, because what God wants us to do is show up in excellence in every area of our life. And so sometimes we think we don't have the time because this isn't important. But what I want you to know is that in order for you to do what you've been called to do on this earth, you have to be put in a certain mindset to get there. And that mindset also has an image that goes along with it. And the minute that you start to agree with yourself that you are important and that you belong and you deserve the time that you're going to give yourself, I promise you that 24 hours become like all of what you have and not what the world has. We give all of our time, all of our minutes, all of our energy to other people. And we give ourselves 1 minute to get it together. That's unfair. And we got to stop doing ourselves a disservice for everybody else. Just naturally, we have become people pleasers just in that. Somebody came off mute. Did you want to say something? Look, don't be shy. We in here today. We in here tonight. Okay, I'm gonna move on in. We're gonna go to interpersonal impression. So what I mean by interpersonal impression is basically, how do you want to show up to the rest of the world? Not what you want them to say about who you are. It's how you want to show up to them. So you got to think about how you want to show up to them. So if the t-shirt and the biker shorts is what you want to communicate, then you fine. You right where you need to be. But if in 5 years you saw yourself in something completely different than what you have on right now, then we got some time to think about how we want to show up. So the next thing that I want you to do is think in your mind, what do you want people to say about you without you ever having to say a word? Now come up with 3 things that you would want them to say about you without you opening your mouth. Because remember, you only got 7 seconds to either impress somebody or to get them to walk away. Now, I'm not talking about, this ain't an impression in any other way than what you naturally do, right? What are those 3 words that you want somebody to say about you? Now, would you say that to the person that you just met? Or would you say that to the person that you are right now? Anybody want to share that 3 words? Don't get shy now, y'all.
It's
Honestly,
Regina.
oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah, Regina.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I said, what did I say? Oh, I said peaceful, confident, and a boss.
A boss. Now, do you think your t-shirt and your biker shorts tell people those 3 things?
Absolutely not.
And so when we think like that, when we think about being peaceful, that means that we're not rushing. We're not throwing nothing on. We have peace. Our stuff's ironed, it's crisp, and we walking real smooth. Right?
Stop.
And when we show up, we're showing up exactly how we said that we want to present ourselves, correct? So now I'm at
Yes.
peace, I'm a boss. So there's a certain level of like poise that I have. And it's not just the poise, but the crispness of my clothes, the lining of my, of my blazer. When I think of a boss, because this in my head, right? But when I think of a boss, when I see her, she is all the way put together. When I say the things I'm matching and ain't not there's no crease in nothing. It's just put together. When I say no wrinkles, that's a boss to me. That's somebody that I know they took their time with what they were putting on their body. And they became so clear on who they were that they didn't care what nobody else said or what they thought. And then I can't remember your third one. What was your third one?
My third one was confident.
Confident. And all of that, I think, is all wrapped up in both peace and being a boss, because a boss represents confidence in itself, right? When you show up, you just know she got it. She's sure of herself. And our clothes tell us that we're sure of ourselves. Because no matter what you got on, I'm going to wear what I'm going to wear. I went to that party. Everybody had on mini dresses and blah, blah, blah. But I wore this midi and it was like, and I didn't care. Because I'm confident in who I am and who I know who I've been created to be. It's like, it's a sureness that we need that goes along with our outfit.
Stacey, you have some good
I
ones.
like it, Regina. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share their three?
Yeah, you have some good ones in here. I'm gonna read them for you. Sheila said gorgeous, happy, and peaceful. Jakayla, I believe that's how you pronounce it. She said beautiful, confident, and inspiring. Dacia, she said calm. Sister Dawn said compassionate, friendly, approachable. Teresa said
Yes.
easygoing, confident, and creative. Sister Gloria said, I lost it. Where did it go? Oh, confident, classy, and approachable. I think this is Shamika S. Williams Spear. She said beautiful, peaceful, simple. Jakayla also added, I want others to have the thought that she's so well spoken and put together. I wonder what she does. Those are some good ones.
You guys had some great ones. Now, I want y'all to put an outfit to those things. And you don't have to speak it out loud. You don't even have to share it if you don't want to. But those words have an outfit. Now, does the person in 5 years look like what those words say? Somebody said creative. You can speak creativity through the clothing choices that you make. Somebody else said, I think it was another, give me that other, it was another word. I think it started with,
Approachable.
no, approachable. I think a few people said approachable. What makes you approachable? What makes you approachable? Maybe it's the color choices that you're making, right? What makes you approachable? Maybe it's the material of the garments that you're choosing. Go ahead, Mika.
I was gonna say, it's also, your presentation, even in your face, not frowning, smiling. I think that's a part of your overall attire. That will
Absolutely.
make you approachable and not looking, like you got an attitude or upset or what I mean, like angry.
Now, how many people get dressed up and they make a front, they frowning? I ain't never seen it. I literally have never seen it. I've never seen somebody come out looking clean and they got this horrible face. I've never seen it. My whole life, I ain't never seen it. Now, when they ain't dressed to the T, maybe I seen it. But when you come out and you stepping and you stepping, that smile gonna be infinite, because it's like you just feel good. It's like when you get your hair done.
Sarita said, only if my shoes start hurting.
Girl, that's the other part. Look, bring an extra pair of shoes. Bring an extra pair of shoes. Always get you a flat and a heel. You know what I mean?
Flats in the bag. Flats on
Flats
bag.
in the bag. Listen, I can talk about this all night. I don't want to keep too much time because I know we on a time limit. So I'm gonna wrap this
Well,
up.
I want to
But
see. Let's take a test. Let's test these out. How are y'all feeling? Throw some fire emojis in the chat if this is hidden. If she bringing it home for you, you feeling like, yes, sis, you are speaking to me. Let her know in the chat.
yes, absolutely. Okay. I see the chat numbers going up. I don't see the chat, but I see the chat numbers going up.
It's
I think what
fire
I'm gonna
in
do is
here.
log
It's
in.
hands in
I
here.
need to see this chat. I'm too nosy for this. I can't be doing this. I need to see.
You spot
Okay.
on, sis.
Listen. So interpersonal is very important. That impression, I'm not telling you to care what other people think. I'm telling you to be so aware of you that you know what they're thinking even before they think it. Because we're creating a space where no matter how busy we are, we put ourselves first. Because at the end of the day, you got to show up in this world and be who you've been called to be, regardless of how many kids you got, regardless of the responsibilities. We can't be showing up and being like, oh, but I had this to do, I had that to do. Yeah, we know. We all had something to do. But we took time for us. Okay? No more excuses, sis. You're important. So start putting yourself back on the throne of your own life. You putting everybody else above you as if you don't matter. No, ma'am, not anymore. Not after this. All 20 of y'all need to be showing up for yourself every day. So that means tomorrow, and tomorrow on day 2, y'all gonna all be on the video because y'all gonna been and showed up for y'allself. Because I know what it is. I know why y'all ain't want to take them video. I know I've been there. I done done it. I done done it. I ain't put on no clothes today. I ain't feel like it. I don't got no makeup on. I don't want to be showing myself. I know what that look like. But tomorrow, y'all gonna take time for yourself. And y'all gonna show up and y'all gonna turn this video on. Okay? Because y'all gonna want everybody to see. And they gonna say, oh my gosh, she looks so approachable. Oh my gosh, she looks so peaceful. Man, she just looked confident. She looked bossy. Then you're gonna start connecting with other moms because listen, they can see you and you can see them. Okay, y'all, I'm done with that one. We moving on to 3.
Yes.
Empowerment of knowledge, guys. We know that confidence only comes through knowledge. You can only be as confident as aware as you are, right? So if you are super confident in your job, is because you may have went to school for what you're doing. And so now I know exactly what I need to do to show up and be great. Curveballs coming and I know exactly what to do. But half the reason why we don't know what to choose for our body is because we're not aware of what works and what don't. And why? Because we never given anything a chance when it comes to our body. How many of us have went to school and learned about what looked good on us? I know, crickets. Nobody.
Not me.
Nobody. Nobody has set you down and said, hey, Dacia, this is what I need you to do. Destiny, this is how you're going to look great. Teresa, wear this and wear that. Don't wear this. Nobody has set you down to do that. You're going to sit yourself down and do it. Now you're going to become more empowered about your own body. We sit in our bodies, and I don't know the ages, and I won't, but we 30 plus maybe on this line. And for 30 years, we have literally probably changed our body 3-4 times, depending on how many kids you done had and how many, what life events you done had, our bodies could have changed so many times. And yet we have not one time sat down and been like, man, let me analyze what works for me. No, we keep wasting money on what's trending. We waste money on what somebody else had. Oh, that might be cute on me. Whole time, never really thinking like, let me just take myself to the store and just explore a couple of different options for my body. Let me look myself in the mirror and say, hey, this don't really feel good. I don't like the way this feels. I literally did I am shifting my style just because I have recognized some things don't make me feel like I want to feel. It's not giving me what I wanted to give. So when it happens, I take it and I put it in the trash, or I give it away. If it's, good enough, I give it away. But either way, I'm realizing that there are some things that I bought in my mind. Oh, I could put this with this. And then when I put it on, it don't look like, it don't make me feel good. It might look good, but it don't make me feel good. And when I recognize that I don't feel good, I don't want it. Because I want to feel good in my own body. I want to show up and know that I don't have to make excuses as to why I have this outfit on. You'll be amazed at how many closets I go in, and I do all of this editing of these closets. And the first thing that I hear is, oh, I only got that for work. Oh, I get that on days that I'm just running to the store. It's excuses as to why do you have to give me a disclaimer as to why you got something in your closet? Because you should only have what's in your closet because you love it. No other reason. I don't need no excuses as to why you have it. But we make excuses for things that we know are less than what we deserve. Oh, I just throw that t-shirt on so I can run to Walmart. Why are you running to Walmart in this t-shirt? You don't think Walmart deserves the best of you? It does. I don't care where you're going. You could go to the flea market, but I still want you to feel
I'm
like you.
hollering. You're so loud. You're so loud.
I'm like, girl.
Because this you never know where your opportunity would be. How many single mothers do I have? I got a few. The chat stopped counting, so I can't even see if somebody is commenting. Listen, I'm gonna figure this out and get on Zoom on my phone, and then I'm gonna watch this chat.
You got a lot of amens in here. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Teresa
Listen,
said, are you following me?
listen.
Stacia said, turn the mic down, please.
No. Turn this mic up. This is Sheila. I just wanted to say real quick that after years of raising kids and back burner myself, I finally learned to front burner myself more. I'm still a work in progress, but I buy things that I like now. And if it's something that I really don't like, I might try it on when I get home. And if I really don't like it, I just take it back. Or if I don't really like it and it's not the right color, instead of just getting it because it's on sale and it's affordable, I'm like, that color doesn't look good on me. I'm not getting it. I don't even bring it home. And I just realized that it makes it so much easier to get dressed.
Yes, ma'am. Come on and testify.
Right.
Because that's what we want. We want an ease of getting dressed. The number one issue that most moms have is that it takes too much time to think. Why? Because you have a closet full of clothes that you don't like. You got a closet full of clothes that you don't like. And maybe it's because your body is changing. Portia said the struggle for her is finding cute clothes that she can breastfeed and pump in. right? Which is an issue. But I'm gonna encourage you, sis, in this season, what you might need to do is get you those like low cut shirts or the breastfeeding coveralls where you can actually wear whatever shirt you want to wear and then put the pumps underneath so that you don't have to alter your, entire wardrobe just to accommodate. But those are things that you can do to make it easier for you to, in this period of time. I don't know how long you're gonna breastfeed. Maybe you go into 2 years or 3 years or however long, but the coveralls work wonders. Not only when the baby is with you, but also when you just need to pump and you need to cover up your shirt, that will work wonders. But we not making excuses. We wearing the shirt we want to wear. Are we wearing it? Whatever shirt. And I know you like, hey, I got to make it fast. I got to get it done. But I also want you to, love you. Maybe even investing in more V-neck shirts would be your option as well. Somebody said before she was a mom, I wouldn't even step outside to the mailbox without looking my best. Come on. Because the mailbox has an anointing on it. You might meet somebody coming down the street. You never know. You got to look your best. But she said after, she was like, whatever. What puts us in that mindset that it don't matter no more? Listen, it matters. Whether you have a husband, whether you have kids and no husband and dating, and whatever it is, it always matters because it matters about how you feel, not about anything else. How do you feel? How do you feel? Because whatever is not the answer. Whatever is not the answer because we're not whatever. We're very important. Yep, special occasions. We ain't doing that. Every day is a special occasion. You see how many people are passing away? You never know when your last day can be tomorrow. It could be, and you didn't save this outfit for an event that didn't happen. No, we're not saving clothes. We love those clothes too much. We're going to put them on and everybody's going to see it. And if they don't, you're going to put it on again because they're going to see it. I need you to see my outfit. We repeating outfits, sis. We not playing. We mixing and matching up in here. We're going to put that outfit on. Don't say them clothes. You are the occasion. Welcome. So now that we've done this, we've already kind of figured out who that is. Now let's build your wardrobe. Let's figure out what materials work best. So some people are like, they need easy go-to pieces. Maybe they don't have time to iron. This is when you start to pay attention to your material. You want wrinkle-free pieces. Okay, so you might want to stay away from the 100% natural fibers because linens and cottons will get wrinkled. Okay, so some people are like, oh my God, don't do polyester. It's, the cheapest fabric. And it is true. It is. But they also created polyester for people like moms because polyester is the easiest fabric that will not wrinkle. So maybe you want to get a blend of polyester and cotton. And if you're big on like sustainable fabrics and things like that, you want to mix those two so that it becomes easier for you to get dressed in the morning and you don't have to iron. These are things that you want to pay attention to, right? You want to make sure, and they have a fabric called Tencel, and that is a fabric that is wrinkle-free. These are things that you might want to invest in. Elastane, rayon. These are good fabrics for you to choose in your wardrobe. As you say, you don't have enough time. So maybe you don't have the time to commit to ironing and all of that stuff, but that's okay. Then you're going to grab you some fabrics of clothing that you love that also fit your lifestyle. Then we're going to actually acknowledge how things fit. Okay. It ain't one size fit all for everybody. How many of us got fupas? Yeah.
Me.
So we got fupas and we like, I don't like nothing. Okay, so let's try to find out what pieces work for our fupa. What pieces actually naturally disguise our fupa. So we can start to look at maybe things that have a mix of rayon and spandex in them to kind of hold us together and makes us feel a little bit stiffer. Or we invest in some shapewear that make us feel like put together, because a lot of times it be mom's like, I don't feel like putting on that shapewear. I don't want to wear nothing underneath. I already got to move around, do too much already. I want to be comfortable. So then you go throw on that t-shirt and then you eating whatever you want to eat and you doing whatever you want to do. And then you keep wondering why stuff don't fit. Listen, when I tell you clothes is it's a blessing in so many ways. But one thing it's going to do is tell you when you're getting bigger or when you're getting smaller. And it's going to keep you right where you need to be because you want to get in them jeans. Listen, I've been there. I've done it. When I want to. I want to get in them jeans. I don't want to have to be like, I got to wait. So I put on clothes on purpose. So I don't overeat. So I don't feel too comfortable. But honestly, it can help you to start moving in the direction that you want to move in. I'm a big advocate for buying your size, right? I know some people be like, I ain't buying no more clothes until I become a size 12, knowing that right now they're a size 16 and they're not actively working towards becoming a 12. You got to buy some clothes, sis. We buying some clothes in a size 16 and it's okay. I don't got no issues with that. There's no problem with you buying clothes that fit you. I don't care what the price, I don't care what the tag says. Take the tag out if you want to. If it make you feel better, take the tag out. If you want it to be a 12, write a 12 in the tag. Whatever size you want it to be, sis, it can be that.
Wait, did y'all catch that? She said, whatever size you want on the tag, write that on the tag.
Write it on the tag. You can look in your closet and be like, this is a size 12. Yes, sis, you did it. Celebrate yourself. It's okay. Listen, these designers are coming up with their own size chart. So half the time, you don't even know what size you are, because you can go in one store and you can wear a 10, the other store you need a 14, and in the other one you got to get a 20. It doesn't matter. If it fits us, buy it. If it fit and you like it, buy it.
I also seen a video that you posted. I don't know how recent it is, but it just was a dud to me. You were saying if you have, some type of outfit or something that's oversized, take it to get it sized to your body. And I was like,
it's just little things like that we don't even think of. We were like, man, this is big. My arms look crazy, but you like it. Go get it fixed. And then the last thing that I would say is cost per wear. So sometimes we can be very cheap with ourselves, especially as moms. You got other stuff to pay for. You got other stuff going on. So you don't want to, over invest. But what I would tell you to do is, if you're going to wear this piece often, invest well. You want a wardrobe that you can be pleased with. You want a wardrobe that you can carry for years to come. I have clothes that I've had for years and it still looks new. And it's because I just invested a little bit more in that piece. Or maybe I found it in Marshalls or TJ Maxx or Nordstrom Rack instead of Nordstrom. All of these places, like, you can find very good quality pieces instead of just buying all of this fast fashion. Now, I'm not opposed to fast fashion, especially in cases where you are doing, you know, quick buys. Maybe you gotta, you know, you're not gonna wear it often. But when I'm talking about you wearing a white button down, don't buy that fast fashion. Buy a quality white button down, because that's something that you're going to use. Is going to be a staple in your closet. Buy and invest in the pieces that are important to you. If you're a denim girl, if you're a jean girl. Now, what I will tell you is that denim doesn't matter if it's name brand or not. The denim is the same. But quality is different when it comes to materials, but denim is normally the same, whether it's fast fashion or whether it's, you know, mother's jeans. It's gonna be the same. Denim is denim. But what I will tell you is that it's not going, you can buy denim based off of the style, but other things like blazers and button downs and all of that stuff, that matters because the threading is different. The lining, you will feel different in a quality button down than you will in one that you bought just off Fashion Nova. They pay attention to so many different things, like especially if you buy a pattern shirt. If you buy pattern shirts, I recommend them being higher quality because they kind of took the time to make sure that the patterns match from the back and the front. You ain't looking all polka dot over here and then the half a dot over there and then no. They're gonna actually take their time. But yes, always start to think about the cost per wear. So if you're gonna wear it often, you want to make sure that you invest heavy. Here are a few websites that I just love, and this is different ranges. And I just wanted to share something that you guys can take home with you to, you know, maybe you may already know about these stores. But here just are some websites that I enjoy that have a range of sizes, and they also have a range of quality and price points. And some people said they wanted to be bosses. J Lux Label is a very good, affordable way for you to, you know, boss up a little bit. Revolve has a range of sizes and a range of different designers on there from high to low. Milano de Rouge, I love their active wear. It's a streetwear, Black-owned luxury streetwear designer. And I like that if you're looking for something comfortable, easy, you can go on there. ASOS is amazing. They're out of the UK and they have plus size. And yeah, you can find all of this. So definitely screenshot it, do what you need to do, but visit those sites. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to connect with you guys. So if you are on your computer and you can scan this, that'll pop up and it'll have all of my information. If you are not, then please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Recently, I experienced a hacking situation. So I am working off another Instagram page that I recently that I had. So if you guys go ahead and follow and connect with me further on TikTok. And yeah, y'all, I love y'all. I'm excited.
Great. Thank you, Stacey. You got us together. Okay. We feeling confident. Tomorrow we gonna show up and we gonna be looking cute.
I believe it. I'm excited to see them videos open.
So y'all, let her know in the chat if tomorrow when you show up to day 2, you gonna come looking better. Let's let her know. Let's let her know. So Thank you so much again, Stacey. I really appreciate you. That was everything. I feel so confident now. I'm ready for what Destiny got to bring to us, because now that we got our wardrobe together, we're going to get the looks together with the face. So come on, Destiny. Let us know. Let us know.
Hey y'all. So super excited because honestly, Stacey, is like you were reading me in my notes. Like ultimately, when it comes to beauty, like literally my first question that I have written down is, who do you see when you look in the mirror? Like it, when I tell y'all, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background too, which brought me to here, that I can say I am constantly pouring into myself, because when I first started, I don't know if it was a therapist or I read a book or something. And I caught on to it and I held on tight to it, because she said, I want to be so full that I'm not pouring from my cup, but I'm pouring from the saucer that my cup is on. And I'm telling you, as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's it. That is going to be the key. So when it comes to like balance and motherhood and all the things, you want to be pouring from the saucer that holds the cup, not the cup. And a lot of times we feel so drained. We feel inadequate. We don't recognize that woman that we see in the mirror, because we are constantly pouring and giving to others, whether it's your kids, your job, your husband, your partner, your parents, your siblings. Like we have so many roles as women. And I'm just going to say this, and I'm going way off my notes at this point. I'm going to assume that most of us on here are women of color. And as women of color, we feel as if we have to show up 10 times, whatever, regardless. Now, I'm saying that because when I was listening to Stacey and we were talking about going to Walmart in a t-shirt, I do still do that. But I'm saying that because ultimately we are always trying to prove ourselves, especially when it comes in the workplace. Or if you have your own business, that is when I've seen it been magnified by the women that I work with, the people that are on my team, and myself personally. So I have 3 children. They are 11, 9, and 6. And I started my business. I used to be an educational consultant. And so I traveled around the country. It was literally my dream job, y'all. Like I love doing what I do. My background is in education. I used to be a teacher. And I got married and we started having these children. And I was like, I don't know if this travel is going to really work for the family that we want to build together, right? So at that point, we decided that I would stay home. Okay, now in my head, I'm like, yes, I can pour all my things into my family because this is what God created me to do, honey. Yes, like, let's do this. And when I got in the thick of it, I was like, what is going on right now? Like, there has got to be more to life than talking to this 2-year-old or listening to my husband talk about his day. And I felt at that time that I had nothing to talk about. But the thing is it goes back to, who do you see when you look in the mirror? Because I remember looking at y'all remember when selfies started blowing up on social media? I don't know if y'all ever remember that moment, but the only reason it's significant for me is because I was like, all of these people just taking pictures of their face, like that is just so vain. Like, just go, why would you take a picture of yourself? And I was talking, it was a reflection of me. Like, I didn't like what I saw when I looked in the mirror. I gained 20 odd pounds after having kids, drop it, and then gain another 50 after the next kid. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking at those clothes and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I don't like what I see. And do you pick yourself apart? Like, as soon as you look at yourself, whether you pull out your phone now or you can look at yourself in the mirror, what's the first thing that you notice? Are you noticing something negative? Are you noticing something positive? 9 times out of 10, if you have not started the work, you're typically picking on something that's negative. I don't like the way I smile, or my eyes too little, or, ooh, I got all this acne on my face, or I don't like the way my chin looks. Let me pose. Make sure you got an angle. I know y'all been there because I've been there. I know all the things, right? But ultimately, I've done it. Exactly. So ultimately, when you are looking in the mirror, you have to train yourself. And one of the things I love is affirmations. I have sticky notes literally, y'all, everywhere. And I love, like this one right now says, follow the plan, not the mood. I'm not always in the mood to show up on social media. I'm not always in the mood to show up as an entrepreneur. I'm not always in the mood to show up to be a mom. Let's be real, okay? But at the end of the day, like Stacey was saying, you were put on this earth for a reason. You are here for a purpose. And so taking the time to really know, whether it comes to wardrobe, makeup, skincare, all of those things matter, because at the end of the day, the only person that knows you best is you. And a lot of times as little girls, we have lost our voice over the years. You've lost the knowing or the discernment to trust what comes to your head, or trust when you go in somewhere and you feel a certain type of way, to know that that's discernment. Like that is you telling you what you need to do. But guess what? A lot of times we're rushing. We got to get the kids to school. We got to take them to the activities. This needs to be cooked. This needs to be planned. Don't forget to put this in the bag. Like you have 50 tabs running in your head all day, right? So one of the things I love, yes, I talk about the mirror. I love affirmations. One of the things I love is going on Pinterest and just type in the word affirmations. Which ones stick out to you? Because it's going to change for each season that you're in. At one point, I used to say, I love the way my butt looks. Now, at the time, I did not like the way my butt looks, but I kept repeating that to myself over and over again. So guess what? When I go in the gym, guess what I'm working on? Glutes, right? But it's not like I had the written plan, like, okay, this is going to be my affirmation. So then I'm going to go to the gym for 30 minutes a day and I'm going to work on my glutes. Like it didn't happen like that, y'all. Like it's probably stayed on my mirror for like a year and a half, but I looked at it every day. So affirmations are a way. And the reason why I said Pinterest, go through Pinterest, see which ones stick out to you. We talked about the woman 5 years from now and who she is and the words that come with her. Now it's time to get affirmations so that you can put them on sticky notes so that you can affirm yourself. It's a beautiful thing to be in a community of women, or as I call like my best friends, my front row girls, those people that truly know you, that affirm you and show you who you are when you forget that. But sometimes, and most of the time, those thoughts happen when you're in the bathroom or when you're by yourself. Those moments happen when you're not talking to your best friend or your front row or your spouse or whomever. Those thoughts creep in our head and they're the loudest. They're the ones that make the biggest noise. And one thing that I've found with women, especially moms, is we have got to watch how we talk to ourselves. What are you saying when no one is looking? When no one is around, how are you talking to yourself? Are you saying you are beautiful? I'm so proud of you. You showed up today. Are you saying that to yourself, or are you waiting for somebody to say that to you? Because the only control you have is you and who you are. And I want you to really grasp that affirmation aspect of it. I know it's a very big buzzword right now, but I don't care how you put it, it works, okay? Like you have got to affirm yourself. And like I said, communities are great, all the things. And then Stacey also talked about knowledge. We are grown women. And the only reason I can say this is because my therapist told it to me. She said, if you want XYZ, go hire her or figure out how you can get to that person. You have the resources, do it. And I was like, well, no, because, I've got this going on. She's like, no, but if that's what your desires are, then take the steps necessary to get there. And that, like I said, it could be hiring or whatever. And I was just like, fine, great, okay, right? Because ultimately the knowledge of anything, whether it's beauty or wardrobe or business, coaching, any of the things, go out there and find it, because what you will find is when you go out there and you get those resources and you empower yourself, you will end up showing it, and it becomes ease. It becomes a part of who you are. Okay. Any questions so far? What's ringing for you? What comes up to when I said, what do you see? Then we look in the mirror, like what came to you when I said that? What was like your first thought? And you can either unmute or drop it in the chat. It's a small group, so we can just kind of unmute. But what came up for you for that?
I definitely point out the things that are more negative than positive. Whether it's a blemish or whether one eye is bigger than the other, or my lash is not sticking up the same, as the other one. So I definitely go into the photo or the mirror, and I'm like, and I'm steady primping and trying to make things perfect. So yeah, I definitely thought of that.
Yes. Yes. Anyone else? What comes up for you?
It's interesting because I do that. I do still look at the negative things on my face. Like if I do a selfie, or I look in the mirror, or I look back at a video that I did, I'm like, oh my God, my one eyebrow is higher than the other. Or like she said, one of the lashes is not right where my mouth is crooked, or I'm always like over analyzing myself. But I do find myself a lot of times then turning around and saying, but you're still beautiful. Like, because you gotta, like, after all of that time, all of that, you gotta give yourself something.
True, so good. Anyone else want to
Garcia
unmute?
said, analyzing the face, but also appreciating the beauty.
Yeah,
Definitely echoing Stacey that, there are times where I am, and I think overall I had started, years ago, I did a lot of mirror work because I was feeling, when I was in college, I realized that I had some low self-esteem that I needed to work through. So I used to get in the mirror literally and tell myself that I was beautiful, that I was pretty. And so even now I'll be reminded of that when that criticism starts to peek in. I'm like, but you fine though, girl, look at you. And I literally will say that out loud to myself, and not to, in a vain way, but just to celebrate myself. And I think it's important to do that mirror work and back to yourself.
yes, so good. Like the work, and it's never ending, y'all. Like those, they just basically said it. Like you still look like, literally the picture I just posted the other day, my lash was like a little bit hanging on my eye. And I was like, I'm not posting this picture. And it's like, man, screw this. I like this. I like the way my face looks. Click. But before, when I first started online, I would have never. The funny story is I go live all the time now. When my husband used to go live all the time, and it was probably after our first child, Dennis, I had gained a lot of weight, all the things. So like he would go live, and I literally would crawl behind him and be like, do not put me on camera. Do not show me on that camera. Like, and I was dead serious. Like I was not playing. I was not joking. I was dead serious. Like I would hide from it. And now I'm like, hey, y'all, hey, what's going on? And it's like, wait, who is this woman right now? And it's because ultimately me starting my businesses has allowed me to really take self-reflection, because you have to show up for yourself. What do you recommend to get that natural glow? That is a quick, easy. Oh, don't worry, I'm getting into that in a little bit. Yes, I love all that stuff. So basically looking at yourself in the mirror, again, I want you to affirm yourself. I want to make sure that you are pouring into you, and whatever that looks like, whether it's notes on your phone, if you're not a sticky note girl, or whatever that is, I want you to make sure that you pull out at least 3 affirmations. If it's not tonight, before tomorrow, that you will repeat to yourself every day and put them on the mirror or something that you see every single day. So what I do, I partner with a company called Lime Life by Alcone. I've been with them for 6 years. And I absolutely love, they're all pro makeup brand. When you think about pro makeup artists, there's a store in New York called Alcone, and there's a specific foundation called RCMA, if you're familiar with foundation. It's a wax-based foundation. And we offer that in a paraben-free formula. The skincare is all natural. I've been using it. I've always been into skincare. I used to work at Clinique. My mom instilled that into me at a very, very young age. So I never thought red lipstick was too much. I never thought a nice pop-in whatever was too much, because I saw my mom wearing that. I saw her doing her skincare. So it kind of evolved into what I love about helping women with skincare. Like I said, I used to be at Clinique. It was a big deal. And the only reason I worked there is because I love the products, just to give y'all a little glimpse of what I do and how I do it. So the skincare also too is all natural. It is a paraben-free, fragrance-free, which is huge. And I'm going to show you tonight how, like, this simple look that I have on right now, and something else that I was thinking about as we were talking, is we say we don't have the time, but how many of y'all put in the chat, do you wash your face every day? Do you take a shower every single day? I hope you do, or a bath. Something. Those are times when you can love on yourself. That's when you can layer it in, but you've got to figure out what season you're in. I forgot which mom it was, but she was talking about breastfeeding. If you have a breastfeeding baby, you don't want a full face of makeup. The child is either eating your cheek or their hands are like constantly on your face. You know what I mean? Like, you have to use whatever season you're in. So at that time, I wouldn't pull out a full face of foundation and all the things, because I got kids that are constantly touching and rubbing on me all day, right? But a simple glow drop, which I'm going to apply in a little bit, or lashes, mascara, a simple mascara, a beautiful lip gloss, or a lip would totally elevate how you look, and again, how you show up. It's interesting too, because I was thinking about the few times that I do go out, and I'm in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm originally from Houston. And when I show up at like Target looking a hot mess, that's when I see everybody. Okay. I mean, when I see everybody, be like, are you sure you're that girl online? Right? Because we all have those moments, okay? Like, let's just be real. We all have those moments in our life where you just run out the door to do whatever. I have a friend that told me she feels it was inappropriate for us to wear red lipstick. Listen, y'all, I'm an emperor mom because I'm going to wear, okay, always wear the red lipstick. Don't ever not wear the red lipstick. And you can wear the red lipstick. They know me at the school. They be like, oh, Destiny, we see this color lipstick or we see that, because I'm going to always show up in something bold. If it pops, it pops. Exactly. And those are the things you've got to find what that color is for you. And the only way you'll find that color is for you is you take the time, like Stacey said. And I think when she said that, I said, schedule it. I'm going to find me a lip color today. Put it on your calendar, because time blocking, I'm sure, Mika, if you're a mom, you got a time block like no other, right? So put that on your schedule, because when it's there, you are scheduling yourself. I now wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Am I a morning person naturally? Absolutely not. Let me repeat that again. I am not a morning person, okay? But I found when I wake up at 5 and I can do my devotional and I can do my meditation and I can have a quiet house to fix lunches and I can go outside and sip my coffee before the chaos starts, my day runs so much smoother. I might be in the bed super early, but at the end of the day, I know what works for me. But again, I wasn't naturally a morning person. I had to figure out, remember, we were talking about that lady 5 years from now. Some of y'all might not even be able to think that far. Who do you want to be next year? In June 2025, who are you going to be? And take each step, each day to figure out how you can get to that person. All right, so I'm going to show you I saw somebody say something about eyebrows too. So I'm going to show you, I would definitely appreciate a good 10-minute face. Yes, and every woman, so there's 2 things. Actually, there's 3. Let me go back. So when I was talking about layering into the shower or the bathtub, you can layer in a shower spray, a body scrub, a bath bomb, but be super intentional with it. So when I spray this Sathos shower spray, I am going to sit here and list 3 things that I'm grateful for right here in the shower. That's not something that takes away from your day. It's not an extra 10 minutes. You are layering it into what you already do. Okay? So I want you to figure out what season you're in, because that's going to be a huge part of how you pick what works for what. Yes, we love influencers. I'm an influencer as well, but I do feel like I'm also a realist, right? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, girl, get that purple lipstick. It's going to be perfect. Make a sale. No, if I don't think it's going to look good on you, I'm not telling you it's going to look good on you, right? but I show up authentically. So you'll see me, I'll do a whole full face, and then sometimes you'll see me with nothing, right? But ultimately, it's always been, and I always love women to really figure out what you need right now. And that takes time, whether it's a therapist, a coach, or whatever. All that is a part of self-care and being that and becoming that beautiful and confident woman that you want to be. All right, so glow drops are coconut illuminator. It's a bronze color. Let me take that off. The blur. Here we go. All right, so this is what they're gonna look like straight out of the bottle. And then I'm gonna show you how I apply this right here on my cheeks. So I'm patting it on with my finger. You can use a brush if you want to, but I like to call this, I don't know if y'all are y'all into cars? And rims. I love me a good rim. And so I call it hitting the corner. There's something beautiful about a car and some nice rims when they hit that corner. You know, if you know what if you know, you know. So that's what I like calling it, hitting the corner, okay? Like your highlight is going to be, there's 3 spaces. You have your highlight, you have your blush, and then you will have your, what word am I trying to think of? Jesus. Contour. There it is. Okay. Yeah. It's late, y'all. It's late. We've been up early. All right. So highlight, blush, and then contour is going to go right here by your ear. So you notice me patting that gold glow drops right here on the corner. I'm hitting the corner, right? So you can see the difference of how I hit the corner. You can apply glow drops all over your face, put on a nice lip and some lashes or mascara, and you'll be good to go. With brows, I love this brow pencil. It reminds me a lot of the Anastasia brow pencil, but to me, it's a little bit finer, which makes it easier to use. So when you're doing your brows, there is a technique that you can do, but ultimately, I want you to go off of your face shape. I love to say, I help you enhance what God already gave you. I am not crafted in helping you shape anything to look anything different than what you have. I am not the girl for that. You can get a makeup artist for that. I'm a makeup enthusiast, as I like to call it. So I love to be like, if you need extra hair, I can help you with that. If you want to glow, I can help you with that. You need a great skincare routine, which every woman should have a cleanser and a good moisturizer. Every woman. I'm not talking about Dove and I'm not talking about Vaseline. No judgment, but I'm saying you need to have, as a woman, especially as a mom, but as a woman, period, you should have a good cleanser and a good moisturizer. Yeah, these brows stand out. Yeah, because you what was it, like a few, I don't know how old you are, Mika, but like it used to be the trend, like so many times, like it used to be thin brows, and so many of my clients are like, yeah, I was picking and tweezing like a crazy lady.
I remember
And
that.
then now, yes, and now it's like, I want the brows, right?
Yeah.
So
So
this
I
here is going to
appreciate
totally,
a nice full brow, but not too bold on my eyes, but just, you know, full and perfect with the arch.
yes, yes. So this will help with that. And also too, if you want to get more depth, an eyeshadow is going to be your best bet because it's going to lay, it appears as the shadow. If you look at brows, you notice like, it's like a shadow behind there. It's not going to actually be lined. So the shadows help with that better to give that definition. And then you go in with the pencil to get the hair-like strokes, right? And I kind of already did mine, but this is very natural. So I'll make them a little darker. But what you're going to do is, and it has a spoolie on the other side. So this is always going to help you if you mess up. So then I'm just taking it here and you're going to notice I'm not doing this, right? I'm not doing it straight out like that. And did I just use the last of it? God dog it. I did. Let me use this one.
It's okay as
This-
long as we get the idea.
Yeah, I know. I was
Don't
like, I
worry about it.
literally, I'm like clicking on, oh, I got a little corner. Let's see. So don't go straight like this, right? What you're going to do, and I'm going to get close to the camera so y'all can see it. You're going to do hair-like strokes like this. But let's say you mess up. Oh, I can get that good. Let's say you got your brows looking like that, and I hope y'all can see that. Your spoolie is going to help soften those edges. So when it comes to your brows, and every woman is like this, I don't care how long you've been into makeup, you've got to practice it. You've got to sit down and figure out, because when it comes to getting out the door quick and looking like you're put together or looking like that confident mom, You've practiced this. This is your 5-minute routine. This is your skincare routine. Like, you know what works for you. So you get what works for you, but you've got to practice, especially with brows, if it's not something that comes super natural for you. Let's see. Any questions while I figure out? I wish I had another one, but I don't. And for the sake of time, because it is super late, I am going to drop one of my easy 5-minute or beginner skincare in the chat. And you guys are going to be able to fill that out.
Okay.
And look at it. And then also too, I'm going to put my skincare survey and my makeup survey.
And really
And
quick, while you're going with the, letting us know the things that we can grab, can you share how we could contact you? How do we get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can fill out either one of these forms. You can either fill out the one that I'm doing about the simple skincare, or the skincare, or the makeup one. Any of those come directly to me, and then I'm able to either we talk via text or we can get on the phone. One of the things I love about what I do and what makes me completely different from a Sephora or an Ulta is, one, the quality of the products, but two, I'm going to help you. So you're going to say, hey, Destiny, I'm getting the brow, or I've got a 5-minute face. Perfect. Now, can we get on Zoom so you can show me how to use it? Absolutely. Because a lot of times you go in these stores and they show you all the things and you get home and be like, what did she just say? Or, oh, that does not look right on me, right? So I am your personal beauty guide. Ultimately, I help you create that 5-minute routine, whether it's skincare or makeup.
Awesome.
So let me put that on here. And I'll put my Instagram on here too.
Okay.
Destiny, can I just say, oh, go ahead, Mika. Never mind.
I was gonna say, while you're doing that, how many of you in the chat appreciate, a quick face, a few items to add to enhance, and nothing too much? Because I know sometimes makeup can get a little overbearing sometimes. So especially when we're on the go, how many of you can appreciate something real quick, a few little items, and then you like, oh, okay, that did the do.
Yeah, and the cool thing is it's all pro quality. So a little bit is going to go a long way, and it's going to give you what it needs to give. So you're not going to have to build. Your face is not going to break out. And it's going to last you a while. Like, I feel like our foundations last a year plus, because a little bit goes a very, very long way, and it doesn't oxidize. It's wax based. So it's not going to change colors as soon as you go outside or you sweat or any of those things. It's going to stay consistent. Your pictures are going to look normal. I know y'all have seen some of the pictures where you see all the things. Yeah, they're
okay.
foundation.
I'm sorry, Dacia. Go ahead. You could go ahead with your question.
No, I was just gonna share, this is reminding me, I just had this conversation with my mother yesterday. She's, I think, still on the call. And we were talking about, or earlier today, I can't recall, but we were talking about the experience in Sephora and how the lighting is bad. And so you might go in there and you get them to do your face, and then you come out of there. I stopped purchasing foundation from Sephora. I get samples so that I can go home and test it out in different lighting, because I would get samples and I'm like, this is not my color. Like, what the heck did they give me? So, I appreciate, and I'm excited to hear from someone like you that's of color. And so you're not going to send us off, and you can give us authentic answers and support.
I
I'm
take
excited.
pride in it. Like, I feel like a lot of, like, especially at the beginning of my journey, I've met so many different women now. But at the beginning, there were people that knew me. I was like, you gonna see me walking on the yard at homecoming. I don't want you coming after me, talking about Destiny, you gave me this. I'm like, no. I want to make sure you are good. And I also too want you to show up as that woman. Like, who wants to get products that's not going to make you feel good or make you look confident? Even if you're not that confident on the inside, at least you look it on the outside as you continue to work on the inside. So I was super pumped to come tonight, just because mommying is my thing. Like, I relate to us like no other, because I was once you. Like, I was once that woman that had no clue. Yes, I loved makeup and skincare, but I did very basic things because I was tired. Okay. Like, I couldn't get, like, I had all these children. I have 3 kids. So ultimately, taking that time, but making sure that you are always pouring from your saucer and not your cup. I want you to remember that. I want you to embrace that. I actually am coming out with a shower spray and a bath bomb because of COVID. Okay. I had to figure out some things for myself. I loved my skincare, but I had to do something else. I realized at that moment, I needed more than skincare. I needed more than beautiful makeup. And so that's what pushed me into that arena to create those. So when I say layer in those products that are going to help you feel confident, and that can start with a cleanser, a moisturizer, a new lip color, any of those things, I want to encourage you. And it's not unnecessary for you to get those items. Those are not, to me, this is total girl math, but we need it. Like at the end of the day, we need it. I know they're going to say you don't need skincare, you don't need makeup, but as women, why don't you want to adorn yourself with the best and show up as the best?
We do have a question. What is a shower spray?
Oh, so basically all it is it's a spray that you spray in the shower. Mine is eucalyptus and lavender, a blend that I created, and I have rose quartz in it too. So as you immerse yourself in the aroma, again, you can do whatever. You can do three things that you're grateful for. You can sit there and actually touch your body. How many times do you literally touch your body? I'm not saying wash and getting in the areas, but caress who you are. Like who you are and where you are in your space. You know what I mean? I remember there's times when I looked down and was like, oh my God, look at my stomach. It's just so big. I'm like, no, but this nurtured children. Like you grew babies in here. Like love on yourself. We do it to our kids all the time. I love you. I appreciate you. Do that to you. Touch you. Adore you. Be you. YSTBU. No. That's my whole brand. And I'll tell you the quick story on that, and then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Okay.
So I think I was going through a breakup or something. And so I heard the Tina Turner song, You're Simply the Best. You're simply the best. Da, da, da. And I was like, yeah, man, that's me. I am the best. So I started telling it to my kids, like when I was teaching. So I'd be like, you're the best. Like, forget everybody else, right? So I would write that on all the things, and it just naturally grew when I did educational consulting, YSTV Kids. And then when I started with Limelight for Outcome, I was like, you're simply the best to you. So like, that's how everything, and it's crazy because God he always puts you where you're supposed to be. And I want to leave you with this because I know as women, we carry so much, but I want you to remember that everything is happening for you, not against you. And when you can grasp that and something comes your way, this is happening for me, not against me. This is happening for me, not against me. And moving that way, you was jamming me too. When you're moving into that, like that's when you'll see the power of where you are and what's around you and the opportunity that you have to show up for who you want to be. So thank y'all so much. Make sure you fill out the forms, be in touch. Yeah, that's so good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And so now we do have a raffle. So before y'all get off, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. We do have a raffle. Destiny has some things to give away, and so does Stacey. So I have a spin wheel. I'm gonna spin the wheel real quick and announce the winners. So we'll do Destiny first.
Okay.
And
so I've got two things. Do you want me to show it now or is it a surprise?
I'm sorry, say that again.
We're gonna do it now or is it a surprise what they win?
I mean, you can tell them. You can tell them now. Well, I'm gonna announce the name and you can tell them what they won. So the first person up is Jacala, if I'm saying that correctly. Jecala.
Jacala, congratulations. Okay.
Congratulations.
Let's say, Jacala, which one do you want? 1 or 2?
Let's go with 1.
1. You are getting a lip scrub, which is perfect. We were just talking about lips, okay? So you want a lip scrub. And my kids use this. They eat it because it's sugar. So you can use it with your kids. My youngest Daniel, he goes, can I have some sugar, please? And he scrubs his lips. It's perfect in the wintertime. It's just amazingness. So congratulations.
So I'll make sure to get you two together so you can coordinate that. So your second gift, you have the winner, Destiny. Is Destiny still here?
Me?
You? No, not you.
Destiny.
Girl, we gotta spin that again. Sister Dawn, which she is not here. She just said she had to go.
Ah,
But congratulations to her. I'll make sure you guys
yay.
link
You
up.
get the address. Okay, perfect. She won a travel size skin polish, which has jojoba beads, shea butter. You should definitely be masking 2 to 3 times a week. It is amazingness in a jar. It just exfoliates, hydrates. It's amazing. So congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Destiny, again. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're
All right, now,
welcome.
Stacey, the wheel is spinning.
Yes.
Kiana. Kiana, you are the winner.
Kiana.
Kionna. Are you there? Are you there?
Yay!
You're
Yay!
here. Woohoo.
Hey, Kiana.
What did she win, Stacey?
Okay. So I was talking to Mika yesterday about what to give away. And I think what I want to really give you is at least, one look where you just kill it. So we'll figure out a day where we'll do a consultation and I'll create a look on me.
Oh,
Amazing. Thank
that's
you.
so nice.
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Aw,
That's
thank you, thank you.
awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Stacey.
Stacy.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So
go
connect
ahead,
with
go
me,
ahead.
Kiana, so that I can get you. Actually, I'm gonna put the link to schedule a 15-minute chat so that we can connect and we can get that set up.
Awesome.
Okay,
Oh.
thank you. I'll look for it.
Yes, I sent that to.
Okay, and
Okay.
before we close out, I do want to let you know that we will be back tomorrow for day 2. Day 2, we will be speaking with the herbalist. So, following today, you should be feeling good and confident and ready to go. So let's show up tomorrow. Come show up tomorrow in your best. We wearing them things. We not letting them hang in the closet. We putting them on and we gonna show up. And also bring 2 homegirls with you. Bring 2 homegirls and let them get the goods right here with us for day 2. And one more thing I want to ask is that on your social media, post a takeaway. Post a takeaway from what you got from today and hashtag Mommy Makeover Challenge. And that concludes today, day 1. I hope you all feel better and so you can look better and do better. And I will see you all tomorrow. Look out for those emails. Have a good night.
Yay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.